Hi guys, my name's Liam Edwards. I was an extra on the film 1917, and I thought I'd do this video because I had I put up a comment the other day. I think it's on Jimmy Fallon's show, where basically they were talking about the film 1917, and I saw a lot of comments, and I posted a comment on the YouTube video which got a lot of attraction of people asking questions about the film. And different questions like, number one, how did you become an extra? Number two, did you meet all the main stars of the film? And different questions like that. So I thought it'd be easier just to do a short, brief video, and I'll upload it to my designated YouTube channel. Right, the first one. So I'm going to talk a bit about the experience of working on 1917. First, it's already won Golden Globes. Today it's just been nominated for Oscar nominations, Best Picture, Best Director, Sam Mendes, Cinematography, Roger Deakins. It truly was an amazing experience, and it was filmed in the UK. It's filmed in Bovingdon, it was filmed in Salisbury, and it was filmed in Glasgow, Scotland. And my part that I was filming in Bovingdon. Now Bovingdon's just kind of outside Watford, kind of just basically outside London, to put it briefly. It's not too far from central London, so it's quite easy for me to get to. I'm originally from southeast London, so it was quite easy to get to. But I did stay in an Airbnb, which was in the middle of nowhere. It was like a massive mansion. It was a very good experience. But it was a bit spooky at times at night when there was just no cars. Living in London is always busy, manic. But I was in the middle of the countryside, in the middle of nowhere I've never been to before. So that was quite a fun experience. So I was there for 3 days, and basically filming would start at like 5 in the morning. So it would be very hard for me to get from one side of London to the other side and then out again. So basically it was just easier to book an Airbnb. Fairly cheap, you can get them quite easily on good websites for the UK. So let me talk a bit about obviously the experience. So you start at 5 in the morning. So I'd be up at about 3:45 on the first day because I didn't want to be late. Then I had to book a taxi. The taxi was quite expensive, it was £20. They didn't have Uber in that area, which for me was a bit like, oh my God. So there was no Uber, so I had to order a taxi every time I went out. It was £20 and it wasn't too far, but it was a bit hard to find. The best thing about it was though, you was in the middle of nowhere, but you knew you was near the set of 1917 because you just saw huge stadium lights. And there was like 4 of them. It was massive. And it just, you could just see the light from miles away probably. You could probably be outside, you could be in space and probably see the set. It was kind of crazy. So it's quite easy to find. First day, you're there, and basically you go straight into your costume. You find your costume. Get there before 5, or you say 10-15 minutes beforehand. Then you'd queue straight into makeup. So you get your makeup done. And then you'd come straight out of there and get your breakfast. Now, the first experience I ever had was the fitting day, and then we had a military day where we actually had military personnel teach us how to use the weapons and all the gear and that. And we had historians who would talk us through what each piece of the equipment was. But what I didn't realise at first, how heavy the gear was. Now, at the time, I do general physical fitness, but I'm not, The Rock or anything like that. So the gear was unbelievably heavy on the shoulders. Now you just think at first, it's not too bad, just move your shoulders around. But when you're standing around from anything from 10 to 12 hour days, it wasn't easy. Physically, it was very demanding. We had a lot of guys that did pass out. That was quite common, especially if you weren't drinking water or if you didn't have enough food. Snacks were really important during that period. And to be fair, the crew did help us. Stay hydrated, stuff like that. There would be like a water boy would come around and fill up our water bottles. They'd give out snacks during the filming. They had loads of paramedics on site for obvious reasons because it was very physical. You could have like rocks falling down on you when you was in the trenches. It was quite common as well. To my knowledge, I don't think there was really bad injuries. I think it was just like a few fainted, stuff like that, which is quite common. First day, they all sent us out on to do a military task, which was run with your weapons, holding both hands on your gun, crawl, and then get up, run around a cone and come back. and you do that in threes, and you do it against another team, first one wins. Now, at the end of the day, we're all just extra actors at the end of the day. We're not physical gurus, we're not, fit and healthy guys. We've been taught by Royal Marine soldiers, so these guys were massive, the real deal. So these guys didn't muck around, but really, really lovely people. And it kind of gave us a quick insight into, the physical and kind of getting us pumped to get in the mood of being a soldier. So it took us into the trenches, and one of the most probably real kind of experiences of my life. You really felt what those men would have felt in World War One, just being in the trenches, dark, muddy, wet. But the best thing about it was, in this day and age, especially a lot of young people, we're always on our phone, we're not talking to people, we're very antisocial. But the best thing was, obviously we had to give in our phones before every filming day, because obviously we couldn't be on our phones or film anything, or you'd be chucked straight off set for obvious reasons. So you was always talking to your person next to you, and because it was such long days, you had to kind of keep the energy and keep people going. So there was this sense of kind of brotherhood feeling, which I really loved about it. And I've made friends for life since doing this filming, really, really good friends with a lot of people. And it was just some of the most amazing experiences of my life. Obviously, Dean Charles Chapman and George Mackay, obviously, as well, the main actors. They would do a lot of scenes walking past us, and they were very, chatty to us. There was no kind of, oh, I'm the big celebrity, don't talk to me kind of thing. It's such an inclusive place to work, and everyone just got along with each other. So we done 3 days filming in Bovingdon. Because we'd done it so well, it was meant to be 4 or 5 days, but the weather went in our favour. So it was a very challenging experience, but one that I'm sure to remember. I think the kind of brotherhood feeling was very nice within the trenches, and you really felt like, even we weren't going over the top and actually at war, you kind of felt like that. And obviously with acting, you try to get into the mood as much as possible, what the poor men that went through that horrific war. But there was definitely that kind of felt of bondness together, and that was really nice during the days of filming. And like I say, made really, really good friends. Though at lunchtime it was quite difficult because you had to queue for a long time, because there was like over 500 extras. And then obviously you'd get your food, but they'd put us in like buses. But when you've got like gas canisters, you got your gun, you couldn't let go of your gun or you were in big trouble. So you had to take your gun. Some guys had to carry like machine guns around all day. It was crazy. So you're trying to eat your food, but you couldn't really get to your food, and then you snap your plastic knife. But there were parts, it was sunshine, it was beautiful. You could relax, you chill, you chat, and have a laugh with your friends. But one of the best experiences, and I hope you go and enjoy the film if you haven't seen it already, because I might be biased, but even if I wasn't a part of this production, I think, to be truly honest, I think I would have still have loved it as more, the same amount. In terms of my scene, you see me briefly just before Adam Scott comes into scene, which is one of the early trench scenes. It's kind of more of a point me out. You can see me, so I was quite proud of that, to be seen in a film. And I was kind of thinking, well, if this does go on to win an Oscar, do I kind of get a fragment percentage of that Oscar maybe? I don't know. Who knows? But no, like I say, great experience, great fun. And hopefully there'll be a few of the other extras who filmed 1917. There was obviously Salisbury, where they filmed the Over the Trench scene. Glasgow, Scotland as well, when there's the bridge scene as well. So lots to talk about. People are asking obviously how to get involved with extras. It varies all across the world. I know in the UK they have their designated extras or agencies, so I can put a few links in the comment section below for that. But it might vary from country to country. I had a friend from Ireland. They've got like an island version of my agencies here in the UK, in England, and London as well. There's designated ones. You have some in London, Birmingham, Manchester. It really does vary. So yeah, check out, just put like local casting extra agencies in your local area, put your area, and I'm sure a few will come up. But any questions, put them in the comment section below. I hope this gave you a bit more of an insight into what it was like being an extra on 1917. One of the best experiences of my life, and if you haven't seen it already, go see it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.